Honorable Chief Guest, respected Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, former President of India and a renowned scientist, all invited dignitaries, collaborators, partners in this 7th international event and panel members, guests for the 3-day 2013 International Water Expo and Conference. Water today is very active, and the objective is uniting the vibrant world of water. It's very active for the past 8 years, and this is the 7th consecutive exhibition organized by Water Today. The first Water Expo was held in the year of 2006 with about 100 exhibitors, mainly from India, and today it is hosting equipment and infrastructure companies along former President of India and a scientist, as an academician, is a world-renowned, highly respected person. We are here, sir. He has written many books, and his retirement is kindly to serve for the community, scientific activities, cultural activities, and particularly is guiding his knowledge to the youngsters. So thank you, sir. We are having a privilege to have you here to be the chief guest of this inaugural function and this international event of Water Today. Dr. Abdul Kalam will be delivering the keynote address today, and the event will be taken further for Waterman 2013 International Conference for 3 days. Once again, I welcome you all for this wonderful event. Thank you.
Friends, my greetings to all of you. Can you hear me? All of you. The last fellow? You can hear it? Okay. So I like to greet Dr. Sundaramurthy, Dr. Rajamani, Mr. Raghunathan, Nayana Shaji, and Shamnubji, Dr. Poonam Ahluwalia ji, and all the members who are concerned for water. Water is a big area, and limited water, but the whole world needs water, and demand is increasing, but water availability almost stagnant. You can't create a new water unless seawater becomes drinking water. That's one possibility is there. So friends, I am indeed delighted to participate in the inauguration of Waterman 2013 and Conference on Sustainable 3R Solution Water Management, Reduce, Recycle, Reuses at Chennai. My greetings to the organizers, delegates, participants, and distinguished guests. The Sustainable Development System for water management is an important requirement. Based on my experience in evolving, providing urban amenities rural areas, a unique sustainable development system for rural areas which are implemented in typical Pura complexes such as Varnapura, Chitrakootpura, Periyarpura, and other innovative experience certain villages in our nation. So I would like to share my thoughts on the topic water management and challenges. Now, technology to provide clean drinking water to all. Just now I went to exhibition. I saw many technologies from abroad. I could not see any Indian technology. I hope it is there, because I went to only few places. Wherever I went, it's the foreign technologies. So I'm going to talk to Indian technology now, okay? Indian technology I'll be talking. But first I would like to discuss a very significant societal mission of drinking water which needs technological industrial partnership to develop. Clean drinking water is a global problem with about 1 billion people lacking access to it. 1 billion people need clean water. Each year more than 3.5 million deaths occur due to the waterborne diseases in the world, which means that unclean water is damage to 7 people every minute around the world. Clean and safe water is an issue in India as well. World Bank estimates that 21% of the communicable disease in India are related to unsafe water. And hence clean water for all its very important societal mission, where the scientific community and the industry have to find synergies. Let me now discuss some of the solutions which I, along with my team and the students, discussed and involved during my teaching assignment at Lexington, USA, Gatton College of Business Economics. The solution for clean water must be assessed on the following parameters. You put certain parameters. The solution for clean water must be assessed on the following parameters. One is core technology used and its efficacy in removing the organic, inorganic and microbes present. Second one is cost effectiveness, both in terms of a fixed and operational cost. Then ease of use, mobility and adaptability, capacity of water cleaning and maintenance requirements, environmental impact. It depends of other aspects like availability of power, a running source of water and the potential solutions. Now, based on the discussion, many existing solutions came forth which can be the basis for the water solution in India and the world. Surprisingly, out of the 5 technology studies we discussed, 4 have emanated from India, 1 from USA. One is Tata Swash. Tata Swash water purifier is a unique purifier costing only 1000 rupees, does not need electricity or continuous water supply for its operation and is sufficient for a household. It is portable and easy to use. The running cost of water is 10 paise per liter. Now there is another one, second one, DRDO mobile water purifier. Besides the small scale purification units, we also discussed medium large scale water purification system, both mobile and stationary. One system in this context was developed by the Defense Research and Development Organization, which is a truck mounted mobile water purification system based on a reverse osmosis technology. This has the capacity of 3000 liters per hour and is capable of filtering chemical, biological, even nuclear contamination. The per liter investment cost is less than rupees 2000 per liter and the cost of operation about 30 paise per liter. The mobility of this unit makes it especially attractive in reaching small villages and remote areas in India and abroad. Third system, what is called KGDS multiple effect distillation. Another very large scale model in India is developed by KGDS and is based on multiple effect distillation technology. It has a capacity of more than 400,000 liters a day and is coupled with a solar plant for operation in the day and biomass generator for operation in the night. The running cost of this large scale water purification is very low, in the order of 5 paise per liter. The fact that it is able to operate green source of power makes it green alternative for water purification in the mid-sized localities. The last one is slingshot. It's called slingshot. Another solution was invented by an American, Dean Kamen, called the slingshot water purification system. This device, so far I discussed 4 Indian systems. 5th one is the American system. This device based on the water vapor compression distillation system is a combination of a distiller and a condenser which reutilize the energy out of vapor, thereby leading to reduced energy needs. The device, which is portable and light, is capable of desalination and purification of even sewage water at an economical cost of about $2,000, that is 90,000 rupees, and it works out at 10 paise per liter and can process water at the rate of 40 liters per hour. This device can be coupled with a biomass energy generator called Stirling power generator. The Stirling can use conventional biomass like during dung and poultry waste to generate enough power to keep the slingshot running. While I was discussing these technological solutions with my students at Gatton College of Business and Economics, USA, we also evolved a sustainable platform for delivering the benefits of these technologies to the common people using a system of entrepreneurship, water cooperatives and water credits. Such a system will use many different technologies to suit the local needs and local competencies will have to be built to generate awareness, establish service network to sustain and propagate water purification system. While the combined effort of technology and societal leadership and the spirit of entrepreneurship, the problem of clean drinking water for the billion in the world can be solved with the technology and the leadership. Now friends, I am proposing what is called PURA, providing urban amenities in rural area, envisages an integrated sustainable development plan with employment generation as the focus, driven by provision of habitat, health care, education, skill development, physical and electronic connectivity, and marketing as a public-private partnership initiative. The number of PURA, providing urban amenities rural area, for the whole country is estimated to be about 7,000, covering 600,000 villages where 750 million people live in our country, initiated by many educational, healthcare institutions, industry and other institutions. Government of India is already moving ahead with the implementation of PURA on the national scale across the several districts of India. The PURA is very important because it is a sustainable system. And next. Hello? Now when I have visited the Periyar Maniammai College of Technology for Women, now Periyar Maniammai University, and inaugurated a project called PURA Complex. Over 65 villages near Vallam, Tanjavur district of Tamil Nadu have been transformed as a PURA cluster. It is a ring road, interconnecting roads covering major villages along with bus transport system. They have innovative water management schemes for irrigation and providing potable water for all the village citizens. All 65 Periyar PURA villages are having only rain-fed irrigation. Due to the shortage of rainfall in the locality, farmers were suffering due to scarcity of water, not only for agriculture but also drinking purpose. Keeping this in mind, Periyar PURA developed 6 percolation ponds and 5 check dams to harness the rainwater, amounting to about 2.7 lakh cubic meters per year. This water is supporting the irrigation of 300 acres of land through recharging their open wells and bore wells. It also supplies drinking water to the people. Periyar PURA has also developed alternate practice such as contour lands, check dams across the natural stream for water conservation, and developed a model for irrigation for conservation of water. More than 5,000 farmers are benefiting from this program. This example will be useful for water management. Now, dear friends, now I would like to share a success story of an integrated sustainable development system in bringing together sanitation, centralized drainage system, leading to a biogas plant, thereby generating energy. I inaugurated the biomethanization plant on 27 July 2011 During the International Conference on Emerging Green Technologies 2011 at Periyar Maniamai University, Tanjavur. It is an operational and been established under the project from Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, Government of India. The gas producing capacity of the digester is 500 cubic meters per day. The volume of gas produced will generate 60 kilowatt electricity. This will not only generate significant quantity of biogas, but also generate digested material used as a high-grade soil conditioner. This works out to rupees 1 lakh per kilowatt, which works out to be 30% cheaper than the solar energy generation of this level. Also, it helps to clean the environment. The biomethanization plant in this university is multi-fed the following feeds like cattle dung, night soil, vegetable waste, food waste and sanitary napkins. The digester is of 8.2 meter diameter and 5.7 meter height. Quantity of feeding required per day is 10 tons. The proportion are in the order of the night salt 2 ton, vegetable waste 4 ton, cow dung 3.5 tons and food waste 0.5 ton. 2 inlet pipes are provided to feed the digester. 1 outlet pipe for collecting the digested effluent. 1 inlet pipe exclusively for night soil and the other for other waste. Vegetable waste and food waste are pulverized using rasper, then passed to the mixing tank. The mixing tank is provided with vertical movable impeller for mixing and feeding into the digester. Cattle dung is also mixed in the same mixing unit. The hydraulic retention time for producing the gas in this digester is 42 days. The digester is provided with tarpaulin hood for holding the gas. To prevent the formation of scum, a pump is provided for recirculating the waste. For generating power, carbon dioxide and hydrogen sulfide gases are scrubbed off by providing scrubber. The scrubbed gas is stored in the gas balloon and from there it is conveyed to the bioengine for power generation. Different sampling ports are provided for collecting the gas, effluent sample for analysis purpose. Gas analyzer, all-line pH indicator and pressure gauge are provided for monitoring in the function of the digester. The digester sludge from the digester is being taken for vermin composting for the enrichment of NPK value. Apart from this project, there are many pilot projects being carried out by many institutions and universities. Once this is commercialized, certainly I feel lot of potential for our 600,000 villages and Pura complexes where the entire village drainage and sanitation system can be centralized and 100 kilowatt of electricity may be generated at a cost of its 1 crore, which keeps the village clean, green and with an additional cost of 1 crore for centralized drainage and sanitation system for feed. It makes the village carbon neutral villages. The time is not far off. Even all the panchayats can be transformed into a carbon neutral village panchayat with a cost of 2 crore budget allotted in 1 year. What is needed is the creative leadership at the state level and central level to transform a village into a carbon neutral villages. The status of environmental cleanliness is one of the indicators of development of the nation. As a nation, we have to keep our environment clean and tidy, including all our places of worship and rivers. The Kalibai rivulet, the places where Guru Nanak Dev Ji is said to have received enlightenment in Punjab, over the years turned into a weed-choked drain. Now the river is clean due to the efforts of Baba Balbir Singh Sechwal in partnership with the Punjab state government. From the discussion, I understand that he organized people participation in stopping the massive flow of sewage into a drain in the river and clean 160 km polluted and choked rivulet within 3.5 years by deploying an average 3,000 volunteer pilgrims per day. And today one can feel the flow of fresh water in this rivulet released from the Takina barrage. The revival of the rivulet has reached out the water table and the hand pumps that had become day for dry for many decades are now pumping out water. While I was thinking how we should solve the problem of improving the environment of rivers and religious places, I find one of our enlightened citizens has taken the initiative and demonstrated the power of ignited individual to solve societal problem. Let this model spread in all places of divine worship and inspire the pilgrims to participate in the task of clean environment in water and air. Thousands of local initiatives will make India green. Now friends, the Defence Citizen Development Organization on 24 June 2012 last year launched a biodigester. Christian as bio-toilet from Damra near Wheeler Island and test facility from where it is used to launch long-range missiles like Agni and over 60% of people in India still had to opt for open defecation due to the non-availability of toilets. Out of 2.4 lakh green panchayats, only 10% gram panchayats are declared as Nirmal panchayats. Sikkim is the only state where all citizens have access to toilet. Kerala will soon be the second in the country, and they aim to make all the gram panchayats in the country as Nirmal panchayats within next 10 years under Nirmal Bharat Abhinaya scheme. The biodigest technology has been developed by Gwalior based on defense research and development establishment. The technology was used to decompose biological waste generated by soldiers deployed in high altitudes. This ULUS-D can effectively function in extreme conditions and temperature ranging from 6 degrees centigrade to 50 degrees centigrade. The biodigester named as ULU, eco-friendly loo, is the Indian solution to the global problem. It is the perfect alternative to the current flush and forget toilet. It is expected that bio-toilet can save billions of dollars for any government in a waste management and to ensure good health for all. The innovation degrades and converts the human waste into a usable waste and gases in a eco-friendly manner. The generated gas can be utilized for energy cooking and water for irrigation purposes. Now, DRDO's biodigest technology is an innovative and cost-effective solution for the mega problem of water pollution and health hazard due to open defecation. The benefit of this technology can bring a major change in the quality of life and help to lead a healthy life across the world. The government has planned to implement 12,000 units for 10 islands in Lakshadweep. In railway plan 10,000 bio-toilets for trains to keep the track clean. In conclusion friends, with the combined effort of technology and societal leadership and the spirit of entrepreneurship, the problem of clean drinking water for the billion in the world can be solved by the technology and the leadership which I have indicated. My question is, can we create an open source initiative to find a solution to the safe drinking water for 2 billion people to access the safe drinking water requirement? Problem identification, gap identification, proposing the solution, technology selection, implementation and the sustainability. Train the NGOs, industry, corporate social responsibility initiatives of corporate, academy and the government contribute for this effort, bringing the solution to the needy areas through the initiative of open source service model, which will bring technological, financial, entrepreneurial solution to solve the safe drinking water and better water management problem across the world. With these words, I inaugurate Wattman 2013 International Conference on Sustainable 3R Solution Water Management, and my best wishes to all the participants for success in their mission of promoting quality of life of world citizens through a sustainable solution on water management. May God bless you all friends. Thank you. Now friends, you have some questions? We have some questions you can ask on the subject what you have talked. I have talked to you so far. There are 5 methods how the drinking water solution, 5 systems available, 4 in India, 1 in USA. And also I talked biodigester. Also I talked to the gas preparation in one of the Pura system. So if you have any question, you can ask me. Otherwise, you can send me a question. Okay? Okay?